The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our readiness to receive him. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. Engage people with what they expect. It is what they are able to discern and confirms their projections. It settles them into predictable patterns of response, occupying their minds while you wait for the extraordinary moment, that which they cannot anticipate. The skillful warrior takes advantage of his enemy's hesitation. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. When strong, avoid them. If of high morale, depress them. Seem humble to fill them with conceit. If at ease, exhaust them. If united, separate them. Attack their weaknesses. Emerge to their surprise. The greatest victory is victory over oneself. To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. The general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be endangered in 100 engagements. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon, which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. The wise warrior avoids the battle. Engage in strategic planning before engaging in warfare. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder, and crush them. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign, is the jewel of the kingdom. The clever combatant looks to the effect of combined energy and does not require too much from individuals. Rewards for good service should not be deferred a single day. Speed is the essence of war. Take advantage of the enemy's unpreparedness. Travel by unexpected routes and strike him where he has taken no precautions. One mark of a great soldier is that he fights on his own terms, or fights not at all. To win victories, you must adapt your tactics to your opponents. Build your defenses and position your troops in places that cannot be easily attacked. When you are strong, avoid direct confrontation. When you are weak, avoid engagement. To win battles, know the enemy's strategy and disrupt it. Attack the enemy's strategy, not just their forces. Simulate chaos to create confusion and seize the advantage. Hold your ground when the enemy tempts you to retreat. Winning without fighting is the highest form of victory. Leadership is the key to successful warfare. Adaptability is crucial in the face of changing circumstances. Know the terrain and use it to your advantage. Employ deception and misdirection to confuse the enemy. A well-disciplined army is a formidable force. Study the enemy's movements and intentions to anticipate their actions. Keep your troops motivated and united for a strong defense. Maintain constant surveillance to gather intelligence on the enemy. Resist the urge for hasty decisions. Patience is a virtue in war. Take calculated risks and seize opportunities swiftly. Know when to retreat and regroup to fight another day. An army marches on its stomach. Ensure your logistics are well organized. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Know the strengths and weaknesses of your own forces and those of the enemy. Do not repeat the tactics that have already gained you advantage. Strike at the enemy's vulnerabilities and avoid their strengths. The wise warrior avoids prolonged warfare, as it depletes resources and weakens morale. Create alliances and build strong partnerships to increase your strength. Know when to listen to the advice of others and when to trust your own instincts. The key to victory lies in knowing when to engage and when to disengage. A skilled commander wins battles by making no mistakes. Control the narrative to shape public perception and gain the support of the people. A commander must be adaptable and able to adjust plans based on changing circumstances. Utilize spies and intelligence gathering to gain an advantage over the enemy. Avoid overconfidence and complacency, as they can lead to defeat. In victory, learn to show mercy and generosity to foster goodwill. Leadership by example inspires loyalty and dedication among your troops. Know the lay of the land and use it to your advantage in battle. Study the enemy's history and tactics to understand their patterns and vulnerabilities. Keep your plans concealed and surprise the enemy with unexpected maneuvers. Focus on achieving your objectives rather than engaging in unnecessary conflicts. Use deception and misdirection to confuse and outwit the enemy. A well-prepared army has an advantage over an ill-prepared one. Ensure your supply lines are secure to maintain your army's strength. Recognize and utilize the unique skills and talents of your soldiers. Maintain discipline and order among your troops to maximize their effectiveness. Avoid prolonged sieges that drain resources and offer no strategic advantage. Strive for unity and cohesion within your ranks to create a formidable force. Adapt your tactics to exploit the weaknesses of the enemy's leadership. Study the psychology of your opponent to anticipate their reactions and decisions. A wise commander values the lives of their soldiers and minimizes casualties. Victory is achieved by breaking the enemy's will to fight, not just defeating their forces. In war, the best strategy is to win without fighting. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. The wise warrior avoids the battle. Build your enemy a golden bridge to retreat across. Know when to fight and when to negotiate for peace. Conquer those who yield to you. Don't fight those who resist. The general who loses a battle makes but few calculations beforehand. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. When you engage in actual fighting, if victory is long in coming, then men's weapons will grow dull and their ardor will be dampened. Rewards motivate soldiers. Punishment inspires discipline. Appear where you are not expected. A leader leads by example, not by force. The skillful tactician may be likened to the shuaijian. Now the shuaijian is a snake that is found in the Chozheng Mountains. Strike at its head, and you will be attacked by its tail. Strike at its tail, and you will be attacked by its head. Strike at its middle, and you will be attacked by head and tail both. All warfare is based on deception. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign, is the jewel of the kingdom. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. The greatest general is the one who can subdue the enemy without any fighting. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder and crush him. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops unless there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical.